prices.
Oh, yeah.
And the guy couldn't quite figure out what was wrong. That's what's really bad.
Okay, we're ready to go.
Hopefully he didn't charge you for
Oh, of
the
course, yeah.
hour sitting there scratching his head.
Okie dokie. All right. It is about 7:01 here, so I would like to call to order a regular meeting of the Brookfield Inland Wetlands Commission. Today is Monday, the 16th of October in the year 2023. My name is Sharon Fox. I act as chair of the commission. To my right is Mr. Bob Hutterman, who is the commission secretary, and to my left, Mr. Michael Neustadt, who is vice chairman, and further down, Mr. Dave Frankel, who is also a regular member. So all four of us will be voting members this evening. Further down is our recording secretary, Cassandra Varian. And then down in her usual spot down there, way at the end, is the Wetlands Enforcement Officer for the town of Brookfield, Laura Barkowski. All right, so with that. All right, so we will start then with the Inland Wetlands Officers report. So first we've got 731 Federal Road. I didn't see the report from that. We didn't have a big rain recently, right?
Every weekend, I would say.
Yeah, but mercifully, this was not a big rain weekend. I only got about a half an inch.
Only.
But there was, why do I have so many of them here? Well, this just says, it's in report number 58. Holy smokes. So everything, number 58, everything looks good. Two areas of concern: northeast sediment barrier. Sediment moved downhill toward a large tree. Restore the silt fence in the area to prevent further erosion. So this is from 9/27. I don't know if they've done anything with that. It said sediment has moved downhill toward a large tree and is visible from above. Please restore the silt fence in the area to prevent further erosion of sediment downslope towards the brook. Towards the river, I would think, but maybe there is a brook there. What is the other first two comments. The outflow from the wet swale to the brook. No, I think it's the river too. Thank you, and that was Michelle Marcoli. The outflow of the wet swale to the brook shows some erosion occurring. I recommend a stone berm along the top of the bank to slow the flow of the water. Similar to smaller scale rock berms. Okay. All right. Well, let's. Can someone just maybe shoot these guys an email and just say, what do you think about the northeast sediment barrier, and what do you think about the easterly wet swale along the river? Okay. Let us know how that's going. Now, do you want to talk about the Tony's note about the trees now? Because that's not on any other place,
it's under
right?
correspondence as well, but we could.
All right, well, because it isn't as much correspondence as it is, well, I guess it is, but it's action, right? So let's, in your packets, I think, here, there's an email from the applicant. I think most of us who have been walking by 731 have noticed that there are a couple of trees, and according to the applicant, 10 trees that haven't made it yet. They're dead.
They're not gonna make it.
They're not gonna make it. Well,
Right.
they didn't make it.
Right,
They're
right.
dead. I don't know. I really don't know why. They don't seem to be the kind that they've been running over the roots. I think those have been subject to something that's happening to a lot of trees in town. Laura and I were talking just before the meeting. I got a couple trees just in the backyard, and they're just kaput. So, and I don't know if it's a fungus or if it's an insect or it's a terrible misfortune. So, I mean, clearly we want to get those trees down. They, would be all right if they would go in the river, but we certainly don't want them in the applicant's parking lot.
Or come down on anyone.
Or come down on
Right,
anyone,
right.
right? Thank you, Bob. We certainly don't want that to
I don't see any
happen
problem.
at all. So, I think it's a matter of, I think we ought to give them the opportunity to cut it
Absolutely.
down. He's just saying they're not planning to pull the stumps. I think it's only a matter of what can they do to replace them. Can you talk to them?
Absolutely.
Yeah, talk to them and see, you know, I don't know the exact 10, you know, where they are, you know, and whether it's,
They are spread out a little bit. We went out there, I went out
okay.
there with Sarah, some of them, they are spread out, thankfully.
Yeah.
So it's not all 10 in one generalized location. They're along all the back border of
Okay.
the property.
All right, well, let's see what we can do to get 10 in there. And they can put small ones. They can put like 2-inch calipers.
Okay.
They don't have to be very big ones.
And would you be okay if they didn't plant these until?
Well, I think that would be, I think they could, yeah. I mean, I think they can plant them at their convenience
Yes.
before the CO. They don't have to be done right away.
Okay, perfect.
But, you know, see if he thinks they can get 10 of them in there, you know, something. I don't know, I said, I don't know that bank. I don't know how wet it is on that bank.
It's dry.
So it's, Michelle is saying it's dry, so it seems like they'll have a lot of choices, you know, whether it's, you know, oaks or maples or, you know, I would think just something basic, and they don't have to be big, 1 inch or 2 in caliper, okay?
I don't think they'll have a
Yeah, I said they don't have to be big. We'll get that second generation or next generation, you know, maybe a nice start.
Do we have any idea the 10 trees that died off, were they all the same species? Do we know what they were? Might
I
help
don't,
decide if it's,
do not
I don't know.
what type of tree they were. I'm not sure.
I'm not
A
su-
lot of them were dead
yeah,
before they started the work.
okay.
yeah, I haven't been, and again, for the record, it's Michelle Marcoli. You know, some of them almost looked ashy to me, but I don't know. I mean, that's kind of from far away, just trying to look at the furrowed bark.
Mhm.
But I said, there's something going on. I mean, we just, you know, there's obviously the emerald ash borer, there's a worm in the beech trees now.
Mm.
That's a concern.
Yeah.
And what's the other one that we gotta worry about? There's another fungus.
Yeah,
There's another fungus that's roaming around. It took a tulip tree of mine,
oh,
so,
I do know that, they do have a pretty robust planting plan that we
yeah,
prepared for, you know,
right.
for the site as well.
Yeah, well, I said, I don't remember exactly what they have over in there. I know they were doing something, so that's what I'm saying, why don't you talk to them and see what the right, you know, see what the right answer is, okay? I mean, 10 would be great, 10 little ones would be terrific to replace them. Again, they can do whatever they want with the stumps. They can cut them close, you know, they can leave them high. Sometimes they leave them high. I mean, there may be an eyesore, but insects, you know, insects can live in there, and then the woodpeckers, you know, can thrive with the insects. So tell them they don't actually have to cut them all down. They can be, you know, be some various heights, and, you know, sometimes you can get a hole over there, and maybe on the other side you can get an owl to live in
Yeah,
hole,
that would be
or
nice.
something like that. So maybe we'll get really lucky. Okey doke. Well, let me put this in here. All right, so that is that. Okay, next is 100 Candlewood Lake Road. Again, we are waiting the reports for the baseline reports for the wetlands restoration and the wetlands creation, the 3,200 square feet of 3,200-ish square feet of wetlands. So it doesn't sound like we have those yet.
No, I don't know. Did you see Mr. Checo's email from October 2nd?
No,
Everything
but
was
no,
in the
that's,
packet?
no.
Okay, so he wrote to me saying, attaching the official drawing, because I know the site plan, but this is probably later for the drawing.
Okay,
But the first report will occur after the creation of the north parking area and installation of all the plantings.
okay, well, we're gonna keep it on the agenda because eventually we should get one, and I'm assuming that we're gonna get one. I'm assuming the town wants to give us one, because I'm assuming the town has the same interest that the commission does, you know, that they want these things to succeed. So, I mean, I don't know, I can't force them to finish sooner, but I do appreciate the estimate on the time frame. All right, so that is that one. Then 23 Grays Bridge Road, I think we saw that one, and I think that one is okay, right?
There were a few issues in that one.
Oh, all right, so, and that's that.
And
Oh, I misread this one. The Still River had overflowed its banks. No kidding.
Yeah, no kidding, it was a week ago.
No kidding.
Do I sort of remember talking about that a
Yep.
year or two ago?
The day after the rain, the water exceeded the top of the sill fence. Oh, great.
Oh, the top of the,
Yeah.
wow, it was really up there.
Isolated site flooding was aggravated by a Grays Bridge Road catch basin. Discharge in site along from property. All right, well, it sounds like they put the silt fence back in, right?
I believe they repaired the damage
Yeah.
done to the silt fence, but some of the silt fence held.
Yeah. Well, that's a testament to their engineers and their guys who do the work, so. Yeah, that's what I remember, that the silt fence was okay, but I'm big surprised that
The river.
the river flooded. All right, anything else on active sites? You guys really had a little bit of a, no, take that back, forget what I just said. Anything else for us on active sites?
Not currently at the moment.
Okay, enforcement, 35 Merwin Brook. We've got a agenda item on that a little bit further, so why don't we just go right to the continued public hearing? You're here for what, sir?
12 Red Barn Lane.
Mm-hmm. That's 5C.
We're gonna do him first, because it's quick. Okay, I'd like to make a motion that we go to agenda item
5C.
5C. Thank you, Dave. Have a second?
Second it.
Okay, Bob seconds that. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. All right, let's go to 12 Red Barn Lane, okay?
Howdy.
This is karma at work for you. You know, you were the last one a few meetings ago, and
Yeah, that's right.
you, everything yin and yang, huh?
Yeah. Get your name and address, sir, for
Oh, yeah. Christian Fry, PCDF Architecture, address 6 Cove Road. This is the famous purple man.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think all we were looking for, Mr. Fry, are just some measurements, which
Yeah,
looks
I
like
have
you got
one
on
here.
yours. Do we have it on ours?
I sent this two ways. I sent it without the purple shading. And it was easier to read.
Is this the old one?
That's the old one.
Old one.
Okay, so these were the measurements.
Those were the flags that I
Mm-hmm.
located
All right,
out there.
I am looking in the folder for 12 Red Barn Lane. Mr. Fry says he sent this. I don't see it.
Yeah, that was sent to Christine Murphy and to
Okay, yeah, because this is the one that's missing the
yeah.
flag. All right. Do you need this?
No, I have
Can we
two
take
copies
this?
here.
Okay, well then, we're gonna take one from you.
I had one of each, so that
Oh, good.
the same as the last one, just with the things, but if it's a little hard to read, I did that, we're just turning that off.
I need 2 copies.
Okay, so here is, no, okay, can I take it, can we take this one?
You can take,
Really, you only really need one, are they,
they're the same, but this one just has the shading on it, this one does not.
okay, this one is probably better because the shading is not so
Let's
crucial.
leave it over here so we
What,
don't
what?
get that.
Where do you wanna put it?
It was right on top of the speaker, so.
Oh, okay. Oh dear, all right, well, upside down.
I do
That's
that all the time.
Okay, so mercifully, so here we have Jim's got his wetlands flags, and we've got the distances, 42, perfect. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. I don't have any other questions. I think we are good to go with all the regular stipulations. You guys have anything?
No?
No, I mean, we've been over this a few times.
Hang on one second.
And-
Sandra, yes.
And getting these flags
Should I run
The one thing I was
This is what-
confused about is
Yes.
that at the one of
Yeah.
was it the last hearing or the one before, when Jim was here,
And I'll tell you.
he talked about 8 flags that he had out there. And I only found 5, and then in his report, he talked about 5, and it was like, this one was labeled 1, and then this was suddenly 5, 6, 7, 8. So I don't know where 2, 3, 4 are.
Okay.
But
All right, so Cassandra, just for the record, we received a plan from PCDF Architecture. It's a site plan, it's got a last revision date on it of 10/13. All right. All right. Someone want to make a motion then to approve this?
I'll make a motion that we approve, give me a second to get here. 12 Red Barn Lane, application W-23-43, based on a plan by PCDF Architecture, dated, the original date.
oh, so one before that was
Oh, here, try this one, that'll be good
Okay.
enough, yeah.
All right, originally dated July 2nd, 2023, with a final revision date of October 13th of 2023. Subject to all the usual
Stipulations.
stipulations, thank you.
Thank you.
Anytime.
All right, who wants to second that?
I'll second it.
Okay, Bob seconds that, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, any opposed? Motion carries unanimous.
That was,
All right, you're all set.
Yep.
thanks for working with us on this.
No,
Yeah, this was incidentally very interesting because it appeared like there was a ton of wetlands, and
Yeah,
it
No.
turned out to be very different.
if you just looked at this map, you'd be like, oh my God, even part of the house was in it.
Right.
It's like, oh man, this is a problem.
Yep, no, well, yep. All
And we
righty.
don't want the purple one, a copy of the purple one.
Why would we want that?
No, it's just easy, I think
I have a second copy of this one if you want.
No, I only need one.
Okay.
Yeah.
becomes the official copy.
No
Yeah,
particular
there's no
reason,
reason
just
to
for the
stuff a
record.
folder with
Okay.
something, particularly if it's the final map,
Mm-hmm.
you know, so.
Just one
Because it
map.
doesn't, you only want one map,
Okay,
okay? I mean, you can have earlier maps that get superseded, but you only want one map.
okay.
Okey doke,
So
you're
what
all set.
happens now? Do we just keep going?
Yeah,
through the
no, you're all set,
process, or-
you know, you're all set, you know, there is,
As far as we're
for the,
concerned,
yeah, as far as we're concerned, you're
Right.
all set. The
Right,
public, of
exactly.
course, can object, they have 2 weeks,
Mhm.
you know, but you'll get a letter from the land use office with the details. Cause I don't think, this didn't even need silt fence.
Oh,
Are there,
So. Of
silt
course.
fence requirements?
No, I
No.
don't think so.
Thank
They're
you.
Putting in a
Okay,
deck.
we're far enough away.
There was definitely, in here it was wetland. I mean, it was
Yeah.
all, it was
Yeah.
totally wet in there.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
so they don't need an inspection prior to?
I don't,
No.
they're not digging, they're just putting stuff in, so.
Go ahead. Have
All
fun.
right,
Fantastic.
okay.
Yes.
Thank you. If
You're
anybody
welcome.
objects, maybe you'll see me then next month. If not for this one, for some other project, so.
All right, now, I think I put my agenda into the folder.
Mhm.
So, with that, let's go back to the public hearing.
Thanks very much.
Thank you. Sure. Take care now. Good luck.
Take care.
Okay, so we're gonna go back to the public hearing. So if you guys
heard.
want to
This is
get
mine.
set up and tell us, because you were thinking about, there might be something new.
No.
So with that, again, we're gonna I'm reopening the public hearing, and we're gonna keep to the same process that we had before. I lost my agenda.
Here, this copy down here, Sharon. Here, Sharon.
Is that, did you find mine?
Well, there's one at the end of the table.
Yeah. I had little notes in it. Of what I was supposed to remember to do. All right, well, it's in here someplace. All right, hopefully I will remember all of my little notes. Okay, when we last left, there was some conversations about, oh, here it is. Some conversations about you were gonna change these crossings, and did that get done, or are you gonna tell us about that?
We're not gonna change it, we're leaving it as
Oh,
is.
good.
I-
Oh, good.
No, we left it, it is the pipe, with the new crossing,
Yep.
it's the arch, keeping the same inverts, it's just now the arch
Okay.
instead of the pipe.
Can we go over, because I understand this is like all the other ones, but you're doing this because you're really trying to check whether you can get water, right?
Well,
Is that what you,
so the pipes that are there now are very old. They've
Yeah.
been there for, I think they're on the original maps back from the 70s.
okay,
So they're buried, they're clogged, so we're taking them out.
Right.
replacing them. So, and I know that you had expressed maybe doing something more, so for critters, for less clogging, that's why we are doing the arch instead of the round.
right, I'm sorry, I didn't ask my question very
Oh,
well.
sorry.
You're doing this because you want to get back there and check for water, right? Don't you want to drill a well back there, isn't it?
No, so we are, there's eventually hopefully to be a house.
Yeah.
We need to get back there to do soil testing with the health department. for
With,
septic.
okay, so perk testing, okay.
Perk and deep tests.
Perk and deep test,
So
okay,
you need to get an excavator back there.
okay.
The holes are usually 6 to 8 feet deep.
Okay.
So you need to get a machine back there.
Okay, so here's what I'm trying to understand. If for some reason, right, I mean, I'm guessing these perk tests are gonna be successful. I mean, there's no,
There was testing way back when,
Uh-huh.
so we do have an idea that we should be able to find a
Decent
suitable area.
soil.
And for this lot particularly, we have a lot of areas that, you want flat lands, you want, so we have, the house is gonna be up here
Yeah.
potentially. So we have this whole area to test, we have this whole area, we have a lot, actually, all of these testing areas are outside of the upland review area.
right.
Um,
Here's where I'm going. I mean,
he's not planning on paving it, or.
that's kind of where I wanted to understand. I mean, what if for God, the worst case, right? In
This
the
is-
worst case, they don't get perks that they want, and then they don't go further. Where are we with this in terms of a timeline? I wanna try and just understand that.
So we actually had testing and we had to reschedule it because we didn't get, our approval. So it is very dense to get back there.
Yeah.
Very thick. So the intent is to clear the driveway of all the brush.
Right,
And
yeah.
make it passable to get back to do the testing.
Do you think you're going to have to put like process down or,
I don't
right?
think so.
Good, I'm glad to hear that.
I think at this point it's just a not gravel, a grass brush area to get to that. And I don't know if you've driven by, you can kind of see the driveway for the lot below it has already been sort of cleared.
Okay. Oh.
Driveway, he's not gonna build the driveway until one of the, probably a buyer
Right.
to the property. And make sure, like you said, that the testing is adequate for a septic. There's, some steps. So I know in our construction sequence, I had talked about doing the testing and then
Right.
coming back, getting our approvals and doing the driveway and installing all of the infrastructure.
Okay, all right, that's what I wanted to go
The
over today.
driveway ultimately is gonna be asphalt, right?
Correct, yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I know, I don't wanna bounce around a little bit, but at the last meeting, you had asked if I could, push the driveway, to limit,
Yeah.
So I did push the driveway
Okay.
as much to the northwest
Okay.
that I could.
All right.
So I did eliminate about 75 feet of
Okay.
square feet
Thank
of
you.
disturbance.
Okay.
And I was able to eliminate the wall,
All right,
so there's no wall at that first crossing anymore.
okay, that's
And
wonderful.
So I swooped it a little bit more, I have the grade kind of right up to the property line, but he owns the property next door, so I wasn't too concerned about it, but I can't move it anymore without having to build a wall on the other side.
Okay.
So, but I thought it was better because we were worried about the footings for the wall.
Right.
How to construct the wall, making sure we're not disturbing any additional area of the wetland, so I was able to eliminate that wall.
Okay. All right, so that's what you're getting with this bullet here. Upon completion of the soil testing for the septic system, then you're gonna come back with the
We-
house layout?
We will come back, I guess, for this lot more in particular, I don't know if we will have to come back. It matters where the septic falls.
Okay.
Because the septic areas and the house right now are all outside of the upland review
Oh,
area.
okay, that's even better.
The other lots that we went over, that we approved, those were in the upland review area, the septic, so we will have to come back for those 2 lots.
Okay. So it says contractor commences clearing and grubbing, so you're not, even there, you're saying you don't have to put, that's where you're saying you don't have to put down, you don't think you're gonna put down process or whatever to get your equipment back there.
It's just to clear, basically and it's not trees, it's just overgrown shrubs and brush, and it's just to clear that out so we can get to the back to do the testing.
Okay, so the only thing I'm thinking about, just from a timing standpoint and our awareness standpoint, I mean, they're doing, I think, something that's very, very thoughtful. They're not irreparably, filling in those wetlands. They're just gonna get across them long enough to do that perk
test those.
testing.
Yes.
Which means that if for some reason, they don't get what they want and they have to abandon this, again, that's worst case, and I know nobody wants that,
Right.
right? But they would then stop. So I think all we
And
just,
it'll just overgrow again.
right, it'll just overgrow, right, so.
Back to kinda how it is now.
Yeah, so I think the only thing that we might want to know is upon completion of step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you let us know how you made out.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Like you said, because we're definitely gonna be back for the other two lots.
Right.
So, we can update the commission, of how it goes and.
Right, so we might, I think I'm gonna add here, upon completion of soil testing, you're going to advise
Okay.
Commission on results.
advise the IWC of
The results.
results, go, no go, a decision to continue, something like that.
I mean, I guess
Advise
it-
town of, well, I'll say results for now. Okay,
If the perk
and then whether you're gonna go
tests
for
are
it.
okay, I mean, that's gonna be more or less permanent. The driveway they're
Mhm.
talking about?
I mean, I suppose there are other strange things that could come along to prevent you from building back there, but I can't think of anything.
Yeah.
And hope there isn't, but
Like I
who
said,
knows?
we're pretty, so we're about 100 feet from the actual the
Yeah.
pond, and we're
Mm-hmm.
more, probably 75 feet, maybe to 100 feet from the wetlands area.
so
So,
it wouldn't involve us
I don't
in any
think-
case.
Fingers crossed that we're not gonna hit, water, groundwater. If
Mhm.
anything, maybe just some ledge, who knows, but
You're doing a well for each of these homes.
But the
person.
boxes that I showed are pretty large areas, so
Mhm.
I think one of the two areas will make it work.
All right, so that will be that's the one thing that I can think of. Like I said, and I really appreciate that you're not putting down process and, and you can go over what's ever there, right? You're not even having to tear out what's there, you're gonna get over it for what you need to do for now, right?
Right, again, I think the intent
Yeah.
for, the owner, the builder, is he's not going to actually construct the driveway, put the crossing until he has a purchaser of a house.
Mm-hmm.
So once we get to that point where, the lot to our northwest was approved last year, and that one's still up for sale. So it could be some time before he
Mhm.
has a purchaser of that, so it might sit for a year, or 3 months, I don't know the time, you don't know.
Okay.
Just to go over a couple other things that I revised since the last meeting.
Now, do with that, while you're saying that, do, October 11th, here we go. Okay, so this is the one with the moved driveway.
Yeah.
Okay, I wanna be sure, yeah, it's the last revision, it's 10-9, right?
Yep.
Okay, all right,
We talked about increasing the wetland creation areas
Yeah.
to about 4 to 1.
Okay.
So I did increase it, we're now 4.2 to 1.
great, thank you.
So we have a lot of wetland creation areas. I did provide on the plan a maintenance and monitoring for 3 years.
Yep.
And then with this, there is a lot of invasives in that area.
Yeah,
So, we do note in that maintenance plan to remove the invasives, and even after the 3 years, to continue to monitor the invasives to make sure that, we remove those.
okay.
What else did I change? I did update the construction sequence I know you were concerned about disturbing beyond the limits. disturbance and, and disturbing any other additional wetlands, so I did put in the construction sequence, because our silt fence is kind of the limit of where our disturbance is, so they can't disturb beyond the limits of the silt fence and to construct from the driveway side.
And along the driveway, what's that going to be when they're done? Is that gonna be grass
Yeah,
or?
it'll be lawn.
Okay. It'll have to be something.
Yeah, he'll see it, it'll probably all be lawn. Maybe, maybe we'll do some landscaping, but I would think it's gonna be lawn.
Okay, all right, so to that point, this is the lot line, right? So there is a wetland area right here.
Right.
So let's install like 2 monuments. Okay.
Yeah, we also have the guide rails too, don't forget, so there's a guide rail here so that,
Yeah,
so no one will.
here's what I want to avoid. I want to avoid grass seed going that way.
Okay, yeah, sure.
So let's put,
So we could do at flag, it's a little hard to read, but
it's like wetland flag 21 or 20 and 21.
We could do 21 and 20 if you wanna do it that way.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll put some monuments like with, wetland area or something, some
Yeah,
monuments.
I have the ones that we did on
Yeah.
projects. They're like little,
Okay.
the plaques in front of the town.
Okay, so you can just add that to your construction sequence at the bottom, right? Install 2 monuments
Yeah.
at 20 and 21. Where's my? Come here, you. Oop, there we go. Oh, I should leave that out. Okay, so we're going to, someplace in here, install 2, it can be monuments, if they could find 2 big, couple of stones, it could be
Okay.
monuments,
I'll do the monuments, cause the stone someone might wanna move.
yeah. Monuments at wetland
It's just a
flag
stake basically
20,
with the little plaque that says like
Wetlands.
conservation easement or
Yeah.
whatever.
yeah, install, okay. So we're gonna do that here and there. Okay, that will keep them from mowing into the, into the wetlands. I wonder what they're, you said it's full of invasives, right? It's probably full of
Mhm.
barberry in there.
I have a question if you're,
I'm trying to think,
When you're
yeah, we can,
done.
I'm trying to think of what we should, what, if we take the invasives out of the wetlands, but go ahead with yours.
you said you needed one of the things you needed to do was to get a piece of heavier machinery back there to do the work you're doing. Was there something we were going to have put in to keep cars and trucks and whatever out of the wetlands? And can I assume if you're just doing this without finishing the driveway, you'll not put that in?
I know that the surveyor has staked, and I'm not for this lot yet, cause we're not approved, but the surveyor has staked the limits. I think he did the center line of the driveway, so that they know exactly where they are.
But were we requiring, was there something on
So
here
we
in
have guide
terms
rails that are gonna be going in.
Right.
Oh, okay.
What can we do to make sure during this first phase, before you put the guardrails in and such, that the equipment stays on the driveway?
Well, it's really here,
Yeah.
Michael, and there's,
Again,
it's really here, it's not
Yeah.
so much, well, I guess it is a little bit here, but,
Because
Yeah.
also this guardrail is not gonna be in place
right.
in the beginning.
I think you probably have to get some equipment in there before you can put in a guardrail too.
Well, I was thinking, what she
What
said
if you just-
about bringing a
Silt
piece of
fence or
heavy
something like that?
equipment in the
How
back.
about silt fence?
Another row of silt fence, or
Yeah.
it's, for now, a temporary, right, where the guide rail is, silt fence.
Okay,
Just a little something,
Mhm.
something.
Cause I
to-
know
Marker
he's-
you're talking
Some
about.
Like I
marker.
said, he did have the other
Yeah.
2 driveways staked, so I'm sure he'll do the same for this to make sure
Mhm.
we're not,
Within
he's
the-
very cognizant, he doesn't want, he's just as concerned about the wetlands as you guys are, so he
Yeah.
doesn't wanna disturb anything
Mhm.
beyond, he doesn't wanna get in trouble.
Yeah, that's,
And he wants it to, he has to sell it, he wants to market it, so you don't wanna come in and destroy it, you want it to look nice.
Mm-hmm.
So he doesn't wanna destroy the wetlands or impact the ponds, cause that affects your bottom line at the end of the day, right?
So,
How,
go ahead.
no, go ahead. How about, Michelle, again, if this is full of Japanese barberry, it's gonna look kind of funny, grass, Japanese barberry invasives, and then these nice little plants.
So we can have the.
What if we
invasive-
just take some of those and spread them out into there?
So you want to disturb that wetland area in there?
Well, it's barberry in there now, right?
I can, if you want to.
What do you think about that? I mean, there's barberry in this little wetland area. It's just gonna look weird, you know, as long as they're here, maybe take the barberry out, you know, and plant some things in the wetlands. We can do that. I mean, I don't need them to buy anymore. They could just spread these out a little bit. What do you think about that?
I mean, if it's not increasing the number of plants?
I don't
just
think,
the one?
I think we can give them that. I mean, cause they gotta put a little extra effort to get the barberry out of there, out of these wetlands, you know, and they can just take whatever they got here, and they got, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, is there a dozen in here? And make a dozen in here. They don't need to have more,
Right, just spreading it out.
just spread it out.
Which, if that's what you want, that's fine.
Well, I'm just thinking, you know, it's just gonna look weird, right? It just won't look right. They're gonna have grass, which I guess they're gonna mow, they're gonna have 2 monuments, and they're gonna have a messy mess of whatever is there now, barberry or winged euonymus or, I don't know, phragmites for all I know. And then you're gonna have this nice little wetlands
No,
here,
I
right?
understand what you're saying, yeah,
See,
I just didn't do it there, cause I didn't wanna
no,
disturb the wetlands.
no, I get it, but it might be better for everything, you know, and then,
Sure.
what do you think about that?
What is this now? This part?
It's a messy mess of
It's-
invasives.
But you're going to,
That's not,
create-
right now it's not wetlands.
That's not uplands.
oh, so that's part of the created wetland.
That
Yeah.
is new created
Yeah.
wetlands.
Okay, but this is already wetlands.
Yeah.
Correct, so it kinda, it's,
Mhm.
you know, when
So-
Jim flagged it, it kinda comes
Okay.
down and comes back up. So
So
there's like a
it's-
little pocket, you know, this whole thing's
Mhm.
like a pocket
Yeah.
of no wetlands in there.
So
So
we're
we're
not-
kinda connecting the 2 wetland areas now.
Well, it makes sense to make it look good at not much additional cost. And
Yeah,
And
I
I
have
think
no
that's
problem
your-
spreading it out and,
Yeah,
like you
Cons-
said, cause
your concern.
the hatch area is like a wetland seed, so, you know,
Mhm.
and like I said, I'll just spread this out, so it's, you know,
The-
same number of
Yeah,
plants,
well,
just spreading
it's
it out.
taking out what's there. If they take it out by hand, I mean, if it's, you know, you can't take out euonymus, it can't come out by hand, and
Okay.
the winged euonymus or the phragmites can come out, winged euonymus can come out by its roots, you can cut it and drag it out. And, you know, the, whatever else is there, I don't know, poison ivy, I'm sure.
My favorite plant.
Our
This is-
favorite
this is-
plant.
This is just a temporary access though, just to get, just to do the.
No, it's gonna be permanent if they sell the house.
Yes,
Okay.
but
It's sort of
once it
temporary right
become- yeah,
now,
it's
but
temporary now, and when it becomes permanent, there's going to be guardrails and a paved area and such. My
Mhm.
only,
But in the oft chance,
Yeah.
to your point, in the oft chance they don't get the perks that they want there, they're gonna abandon it after
oh,
they're
they've done
gonna
nothing
abandon
to
it.
destroy
And let
what's
Mother
there.
Nature take its course.
in your opinion, was Sharon also correct about? No, I mean, make it, no, you know, sometimes with nature, it might on paper look strange, but it doesn't, you know, at the end.
I kind of, I do agree with her, cause you might, if it's all invasives, it might look, you're gonna have these beautiful plantings, and it's the first thing you see coming down the driveway is these invasives and then these beautiful plantings, so.
Yeah, okay, so it makes sense.
So, you know, I don't.
Okay,
I don't
thanks,
think
Dave.
limited
no, just,
to expanding it.
Expand the
Yeah,
wetlands
okay.
on, let's see, on the
area D.
southwest, it's area B?
D,
D?
D.
And wetlands creation area D
Yes, I'm not,
As
I
in
don't
delta?
write
Into-
them all, cause I, you know, so you know what
into
sizes they were.
the
D is in Delta.
wetlands flags 21 to, let's see, 20, is that 19? 18, 17? Yeah. Okay, so there's another one. Take a, I think that will work. It just looked weird,
Yeah, no, it's
you know?
fine.
Okay. You guys, anything else?
No.
No. Okay, well, again, Michelle, I appreciate everything that you have done, so, you know, and I hope, you know, in terms of expanding this and pushing this a little bit this way, and I appreciate this construction sequence, you know, being this way. I personally appreciate that, so.
Is there, I also gave you a planting bond that you asked for, it was in your packet. It should be, was a piece of paper, if not,
What's it do? That's the ad.
it was. Here, you can take my copy. Oh, there it is,
Here it is, okay, so,
total, it was like.
$3,500, okay. All right. Do you have anything else for us?
I do not.
Okay. All right, there's no one in the audience, but I'm gonna ask, just in case. Does anybody have any questions of clarification? I don't hear anything. Anybody who's not here want to speak in favor? Anybody who's not here want to speak against? All right, anything else for us? Going, gone.
Can we make these couple of revisions, like conditions of the approval?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I've got everything that I wrote, I've got here,
Yep.
so we can just sign them. So I think the answer is, yeah, you want to sign them now? There's 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. Extend the wetlands creation, right, at 21?
Yep. 16th?
All right, I think we're set to close the public hearing.
Do we need a
Yes,
motion?
we do,
All right,
we do.
we'll make a motion to close the public hearing in the matter of 95 Obtuse Road South, item number W-23-38.
Second.
Anything else in the motion
No, that's
needed?
it, just to close it.
Second.
All right, thanks, Dave. Okay, any discussion on the motion to close the public hearing? All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimous. The public hearing is closed. So it's gonna be on the agenda next week for new business?
To make the decision?
Yeah, I don't see any problems.
Do you want me to submit an updated plan, or is it because you closed it, I can't submit?
You can't.
All right.
Yeah, you can't, yeah,
Because we closed the public hearing, we
Okay,
can't
that's fine.
introduce any new, so it has to be a condition of pre-approval.
right,
Okay.
yeah.
So you can't do the decision tonight?
We could add it to the, agenda for new business.
Yeah,
I have no
that would
problem
be
with
good.
All right, someone wanna make a motion?
Yeah, because it's just a matter of paperwork now, not substantive stuff. I'd like to make a motion that we add, to new business, the matter of,
W-38.
W-38, is it, here it is.
30,
Okay, it's
yeah.
a public hearing. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, thank you, Dave.
You're
In the
welcome.
matter of W-23-38, 95 Obtuse Road South, did I say to be added to our,
Agenda,
new business?
new business, agenda item
Item-
6B.
Item 6B.
Yep.
I'll
Dave,
second.
second?
Yeah.
Okay, any discussion on the motion? It's gotta be unanimous. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. All right, so let's I'm gonna move then to agenda item 6B.
Mm-hmm.
So again, we have the map here. We've made 3 updates to it, which I think would be included in the motion, and then we want to include the bond. Want to include the bond, the $3,500, is that what it was, 3,500?
I think.
Yeah, $3,500 bond. So, if you want, I'll make it.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion then to approve the application W-23-38 for 95 Obtuse Road South, as described on a set of plans by Artel Engineering Group, with an original date of 8/23/23 and a final revision date of 9/10/23. Making note there are 3 changes to that plan. First, under the construction sequence step 5, we've added that after they do their perks, they will advise the Inland Wetlands Commission of their results and their decision to proceed or not proceed with the rest of the plan. Second, we're going to add to the construction sequence that they're going to install 2 monuments marked with do not mow or conservation areas at wetlands flags 20 and 21. Third, that they are going to extend the wetlands creation area D into that wetlands area that is described between wetlands flags 21 and 17, that we will set a planting bond of $3,500 for a period of 3 years with a 75% survival rate. I think that's it with all the other normal stipulations.
Are you done?
I think so. I think so. So I'm done. I have a second?
I'll second.
Bob seconds that. Okay, did I get everything? I got the 3, we got the stipulations.
Yeah, it looks
we've got
pretty
Is
the,
this something else?
yeah, this goes to this.
Oh, okay, the
Yeah.
monuments, that's right.
Yeah, that
You did
goes
say
to
that.
that. I don't need any inspections. We don't need, can't think of anything else. I can't think of anything else. Oh, and that a revised set of plans with these stipulations to be provided within 90 days, 60 days, 30 days? 30 days? All right, that way we'll keep it fresh. Yeah, to be provided within 30 days.
Okay.
All right, okay, so I had gotta add that to my motion, okay, so we're gonna call the first motion, and then I'm going to create another motion to say, we're gonna amend the motion to say they gotta provide a revised set of plans within 30 days, that's how we're gonna do it. Okay, there'll be 2 motions, I knew there was something I was forgetting. All right, so we're gonna call the first motion, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay, I'm gonna make another motion to amend the approval motion to include that the applicant provide an updated set of plans within 30 days of today.
Second it.
Second, all those, any discussion?
No.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. All right? All right, guys, thank you very much. You get a
Pretty nice job.
Nice job.
You too.
Yep.
It's a nice spot, I live here.
Oh, yeah, it is a nice spot.
It is,
Yeah, it is a very, very, very nice.
He'll build something really nice there.
Good, okay, as long as he takes care of the
Take care.
wetlands.
Take care now.
The wetlands actually make the spot.
That's why it's gonna be
That's what
better.
makes it nice.
It's gonna be
Great,
better.
great.
Yeah, it's gonna be better. Okey doke, that was 6B.
Good night.
All right, so back to now old business, 100 Candlewood Lake Road. So I have on my agenda here photos from Paul Checo, but you're saying I don't see anything recent listed here. That Christine put anything recent, but you say there's something else?
I have number 7 in the packet. Oh, whoops,
Numbers.
I'm sorry, that's the wrong one.
Hmm.
I have an email from Paul Checo on October 2nd.
Second.
mm-hmm.
And with it, he included, and you can just give you my copy, the final plan.
Is it here? Let's see if it's here. Ribbon Lane.
It's just easier to copy.
That's 35 Merlin Brook. I don't see a folder here. I don't see a folder here with the school and our plan,
Okay.
but, I've made mistakes before, but I don't see it.
Should be fairly large, so I would think that it would. But I did.
Because because we need to, everybody needs to see it, so that we can accept the plan to,
So I did provide a copy of the
Oh,
email
what's
that
this?
he sent on October 2nd. This was the copy, and then this was the attachment to this email. So what he's saying is the final plan.
all right, so there's the wetlands
It's-
creation, there's the other wetlands creation. That looks different than the one I had seen. Huh, did you look at this? The original plan that we had something like 3,200 square feet.
There's multiple areas of wetlands.
I know that, but there were two wetlands areas up here. One was about 2,600, and the others, there was one other at about whatever. So this is different than the last plan we looked at. So they're doing, that's impact. They're, oh, here it is, excuse me, here, I'm reading this and not reading that correctly. So here they are, it's 2,600 plus 965. Okay, good. And then down here, modified riprap. There's the 900 impact filling.
There was another creation area over there.
Well, no, there's only two.
Okay.
There's only two, and I misread this as creation. So I'm going 30 and then 26, and I didn't see this one.
Okay.
Then these are the head walls. So what we're doing here is we're not approving it, we're only accepting this amended plan to fulfill the stipulations.
Correct. So
That's
we're
what.
superseding the original plan.
This is where,
Assuming there's no, that's what I'm a little worried about. I have to figure that out, assuming there's no other hidden changes in here. Oh, hey,
What's the date on the revision here? Because I thought that this was.
issued for permit, this is 2021.
Saying that was, because I did ask, I mean, you can see the email chain for the official.
I mean, here's what we can do. Here's what we can do. We don't have to make a motion that says that this supersedes this. What we can do is we can make a motion to accept this as the stipulation for the wetlands creation. The only for the wetlands creation stipulation. That's what we can do. What do you think about that?
You could do that, I think you can.
and then we don't have to compare.
Then I
every
don't have to compare any of
every
this other
number,
happy
yeah.
stuff, okay? And we can even put up, we can even write on this thing, this is stipulation approval for wetlands creation only, right?
Yeah.
No, not a stipulation,
Well, it was a stipulation that
yeah, but
he had to,
condition, yeah.
Condition of approval?
This is approved solely for the purpose of accepting the wetlands creation.
Yeah, okay, that would
Okay.
be the way to write that.
All right, next time I ask a hard question, I'm gonna have you do it, Dave, how's that?
Oh, I
Okay.
don't know. You're happy with this though, right, Sharon?
No, I'm not happy with it, because I don't think we had to fill in wetlands. But I'm happy that the town and their agents put in
Those,
3,200 square feet of wetlands. It's not the 4,000, but the problem is, and here's the other reason I'm really unhappy, is because we screwed up the motion. The motion is misworded.
I know.
Yeah, so that's an error. So, hard to be happy.
was that me?
No, it was
That
all
made
of
the
us,
motion,
all of us
yeah.
voted on it, so, I mean.
Well, it was during
somebody made
COVID,
but
it was a Zoom meeting.
Doesn't
and,
matter.
You know,
Doesn't matter. We have to hold ourselves to the highest standards, right?
Yep.
Wetlands creation. wetlands creation plan only. Closing out the stipulation? Closing out this stipulation? Resolving this stipulation?
Resolving is probably a better word.
Yeah. Alright, so then I gotta sign it up in there.
Was there was additional wetlands creation, was there not?
Nope,
Not in this area?
No.
nope. This is remediation in this area.
Okay. They were trying to claim at one
Claim
point
this,
that that was all
yeah,
creation.
but they're just opening
That was
the
just
West
something
Brook or
existed.
whatever. Yeah, something existed.
Okay.
Only, okay.
Mhm.
All right,
I'm just reading, wetland impact, they're discussing. But not creation. Okay.
all right. All right, well then, I will make a motion that we accept a map by Tectron Architects with a last revision, with an original date of 10/10/20 and a last revision date of 1/22/21, which outlines two the wetlands creation areas as stipulated in the original approval. And making note that this approval for this plan is solely to accept those two wetlands creation. And therefore, this plan does not supersede the original set of plans in its entirety.
I second it.
How's that sound? All right, so Bob seconded that. Did I get that right? Is that clear as mud? That all we're doing is accepting this?
Yeah,
Yep, that's it.
Purposes only.
Only. I don't remember how many other stipulations. I think that was it. I think that was the only stipulation, except for the reports. Thank you very much. All right, any other discussion on this guy? All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carries unanimous. Okay, I'm gonna give this back to you because we do not have a folder to put it in. Again, next time you talk to Paul, or anybody talks to Paul, tell him thank you very much for getting in the middle of all this. We really appreciate it. We can't wait, tell him too, we can't wait to read the baseline reports. We're with eager anticipation.
And hoping that the parking area, which he's discussing, is completed sooner rather than later.
Okay.
But they're running out of time for the year.
All right, so this is.
Well, the
this is-
school is open for business.
So here's something fun to say. 5A is gonna come off the agenda, but it stays in active sites. Okay? All right, Stony Hill Village Pond Maintenance. Oh dear, one of these days I gotta remember to do what I said I was gonna do. So I'm gonna continue Stony Hill Village Pond Maintenance until, I'm gonna find the time to write a letter to the board that says simply, the maintenance requirement from the Brookfield Inland Wetlands Commission today is that any maintenance which needs to maintain that pond at its current area and depth. I just gotta write the email. Yes.
Going back to 5A, 100 Candlewood Lake Road.
Yep.
Is that going to appear on future agenda meetings? Now that this was stricken, is it completely gone, or are we going to still pay attention to it?
She said it would remain an active site, correct?
Right.
Yeah.
So where
They
is
won't-
that going to fall? Under 3 in the future? Or,
3A2.
oh, okay, okay. Just curious.
Okay. All right, so we we did Red Barn Lane,
Yep,
right? 35 Merwin Brook.
we should go back to enforcement, I guess?
Nope,
No?
nope, because we have an application, Dave, and once, the way the process works,
Mhm.
once it stays up in enforcement, and the way it's gonna stay there, all right, because it's an active notice of violation. The application, the intent of the applicant is to resolve the violation, so at the point that the, application
Mhm.
is accepted, and then the work is done, the violation can be cleared,
Mhm.
okay? Alrighty, so, let's see, so wait, there's two, is anybody here for 35 Merwin Brook?
There is not. I did receive a call from,
Kinsella?
Mr. Gallagher today.
Gallagher,
and
okay.
also Mr. McManus.
Okay,
Well, Mr. McManus on behalf of Mr. Gallagher,
Okay.
saying that they were waiting for our third-party review,
fair enough,
so they could come in and provide whatever rebuttal or evidence.
okay,
But just as the housekeeping issue for that,
Yep.
could we have that?
Yep.
Okay.
yep, and so we haven't commonly done, a motion for third-party review, but we're going to do it right now.
Because
Yeah,
there's no
didn't we
stipulation
already,
after the
do it?
fact. I think this is.
Yeah,
this
that's
is-
okay, we're gonna do it, we're gonna do it.
Didn't we already do it via email?
No, you can't do anything, if you do anything via email in business, that's a FOIA problem,
That's
Okay.
a
Okay.
problem?
FOIA.
Freedom of information.
Act.
Oh, okay.
You gotta be very careful with that stuff.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna make a motion to, that the commission wishes a third-party review of the remediation plan. Is that what you were looking for?
And I'll second
Second.
that.
Michael seconds. Okay, so all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries unanimous. Now, the other thing is, you spoke with, the other open item was when do the fines start and when do the fines end? And you spoke to the town attorney?
I did, and as far as due process reasons, I went back to the previous minutes, and he's saying he didn't receive them till the 17th. So
Okay.
she was, in order to avoid any kind of due process issues, she says the 17th would probably be the set date.
Okay, and the end date will be?
Still on the day that he paid the actual citation.
Okay,
So, so we will take off, I believe it was issued on the 13th,
okay,
and he's saying he didn't get it till the 17th.
Okay.
So we'll go from,
And you're talking about in September, right?
I'm trying to remember when I actually issued that.
About a month ago, I think.
It's actually on the minutes. Am I still documents?
Excuse me? I think that, I don't know, did we do a vote for Stony
There's,
Brook?
No, I
I was
don't think
looking
we-
at that, I was gonna mention this, there's nothing, it says 35 Merwinbrook Road under enforcement, but there's no
We're gonna do it.
We discussed
Wait,
it later
yeah,
down
that
under
was
new
a different-
business.
we're discussing,
It
the
was
mo-
from
we're
the
discussing the
13th.
motion right now.
Okay, well, that's what
That's
we're.
okay, good catch. If you didn't hear it, then it didn't happen.
So it
Okay,
was September 17th.
okay.
So
Yeah, a month
to
ago.
start
Yeah,
on.
okay.
Okay, so, Cassandra said she didn't hear me call the motion for the third-party review, so I'd like to call the motion for the commission's request for third-party review of the plan. So all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimous. Thank you, Cassandra.
Did you have, I'm sorry, who was the second on that?
Bob?
Okay.
Bob was the second on the motion for the third-party review. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so new business.
That's the calendar, Madam Chair.
Yeah, so the wetlands calendar for 2024, I have two suggestions. First, and I think the first was to double check about any kind of Jewish holidays And you're saying we don't have any impact?
I'm not seeing it of
Okay.
Rosh Hashanah or Yom Kippur.
Okay, I'm not aware of any others. I mean, there may be, but I don't know.
There are lots of them.
Well, whatever, those are
Nothing
the
that'll
big
keep
ones,
us
the
from
big
coming
ones.
here.
So I would
Those-
also,
Those are the high holidays.
yeah, I would also like to start, even though the fourth Monday of the month is December 23rd, since that is 2 days before Christmas, I would like to not have that meeting. So I would like to strike December 23rd, 24 from the calendar. If for some reason something happens, we can always add it back as a special meeting. But I would like to strike December 23rd.
Okay. That works, I agree.
Yeah, Phil, other than that,
And as a clarification, the three lines that are yellow, they're dates that a meeting should be, but they're holidays. Those are not meetings?
correct,
Okay.
correct.
And so those months, February, May, and October, you would only have one meeting that month unless you wanted to set a special meeting up.
That,
We could sort of do that as it
If-
comes into play, if it's necessary.
Did that answer your question?
yeah, oh, yes.
All right, then I'll make a motion then to accept the proposed 2024 IW.
Wait,
Oh,
hold
what,
on,
what?
one sec. You know, it is I'm just looking at this, it's kind of a long way from January 22nd to February 26th. Would we want to move that February 26th up to February 19th?
Oh, we could do that.
You know, to sort of balance things out a little bit?
Yeah, that's a,
And then, you know, we have the same thing. I'm looking at May 13th to June 10th and September 23rd to October 28th. You know, it's sort of it's a month between.
well, we could, or we could just leave it this way. And
Okay.
we need a special meeting, you know, for some reason.
Yeah, okay,
I mean,
well,
you know,
you're
here's the,
okay with that.
yeah, I mean, here's the reality. I mean, you know, barring something kind of violation, the vast majority of these things, again, you know, waiting 3 or 4 weeks on a wetlands application, most of these people have been working on it for 3 or 4 months. You know, so whether you do it on the first week or you do it on the 4th week, you know, for most people, it's not really impacting their plan. The only emergencies that we get are things like septic system failures, and you can take care of those.
Okay.
So I would.
Just
at
leave
first
it
I was-
alone?
I think that was kind of an idea, but I kind of like the cadence of,
Okay.
you know, 2nd and 4th.
Yeah. Everybody remembers that.
Yeah, everybody remembers that. Okay, so I will make a motion then to accept the proposed 2024 Inland Wetlands Commission meeting dates with the one change of striking December 23rd.
Second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimous. Okay. Oh, okay, I'm just remembering here, obtuse, okay. Correspondence that we took care of, review of the previous minutes, September 25th, 2023. The only, I had two changes, I think. It just seems odd on line 33 that we just have a name,
That's what I had.
you know? I mean, can we just add words, see agenda item 6A? And then the only other one, I think on line 101, I think Mr. Fry's name is Christian,
Yes.
not Christine. So that would be and that's on 96 too, 96 and 103. I didn't see anything. Bob, Dave?
No.
I wasn't here.
Okay, that's right,
Oh.
you were not here. Okay, so you're gonna abstain, or you can if you want, you can.
No,
you-
I see,
okay.
I understand.
Okay. All right, well, with that then, I'll make a motion then to accept the minutes for September 25th, 2023, with the 2 changes on the addition of the sentence, see attached item, agenda item 6A on line 33, and correcting the first name of Mr. Fry.
Go ahead, it's okay.
Mike seconds that. All those in favor?
I
Abstain.
Any opposed? We have 1 abstention. Bob abstains because he was
Not here.
working. He was
Huh?
not here.
Yeah.
He was here, not here. Alrighty, anything in formal discussion?
Um,
Go ahead.
For the meeting times, would anybody be, we start them at 7 o'clock this is for next year. Would people be amenable to starting at 7:30 instead of 7
I don't know,
o'clock?
7:30.
You don't like
I have to
it?
retire. Okay, I'm not gonna do 7:30.
Okay,
No.
no, just asking,
No, I'm
that's
sorry.
all right.
I get up at 4:45 every morning.
Well, even
Yeah,
this is,
I'm gonna call you. That's what I'm gonna do.
that's around the time
You
I'm
have
going to
been
bed.
very reliable at 7 o'clock.
Oh, yeah, I'd be reliable the other way, but no, that's okay, I just wanted to mention it.
All right.
Alrighty, well then I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that.
All right, it sounds like I made the motion and Bob seconds that. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, we are adjourned.
Turn off the mics, everybody.
Turn off the.